similar numbers tonight, I think, especially on the defensive side. Look for more blocks to go up as both of these teams have had time to kind of prepare for each other's offense.
All righty, well, Hawaii played well. Stein Von Tilburg led the way offensively for Hawaii, but I thought Jennings Franciskovic had one of his better all-around performances last night in terms of numbers.
Yeah, the senior setter really proving to have a great year. And, you know, whatever name you call him, Franciskovic, there's no doubting the sheer physicality of this senior and how he's taken his game to new levels. Jennings Franciskovic has always been a gifted athlete. The former basketball turned volleyball player out of Westlake, California, credits much of his athletic prowess to his father, Matt, a former indoor and AVP volleyball player. Jennings' 45-inch vertical that allowed him to touch 12 feet has proven to be a valuable weapon for the Warriors during his career at Manoa. However, after being named to the All-MPSF second team and AVCA All-American honorable mention in his sophomore season, Jennings Franciskovic was relegated to a supporting role during his junior campaign after losing the starting spot to then freshman Joe Worsley.
You know, coming off of that, big sophomore year season and then getting to represent the U.S., coming into that season was definitely on a high. And I feel like I got way too complacent with my role on the team. And, I feel like anytime you're going to be challenged with something like that, you're going to open up your eyes and kind of think about, okay, what can I do to make myself better?
Franciskovic rededicated himself to the sport and his team in preparation for his senior season.
I've been pushing myself to work harder. The biggest thing has been working in the weight room, getting those extra reps to make my senior year what I want it to be.
While he's always been at the highest on the jump stuff, some of the other strength categories and upper body stuff that he really improves. He finished the highest on all categories.
Beyond just the physical dedication, the senior setter found it equally important to gain the trust and respect of his teammates and become their leader.
Coming off 2015 when he was a starting setter, I think last year he thought, well, everyone should look to him as a leader. And then when we got to that point in last year that he was not voted as a captain, and it hurt. I think it really bothered him. And we talked about it and how to, what parts of that he could control and make better. As we sit here now, like I said, he was the leading vote getter to be captain this year.
That means everything to me to know that my team trusts me. That was something that I really worked hard this year to try and be the leader I wanted to be.
His physical talents combined with his drive to become a better player and teammate has helped Franciskovic reach new heights in his final year as a Warrior.
He deserves a lot of credit. He's gone through kind of a transformation personally, and there's been a lot of growth and maturity on his end, and I think it's going to correlate to his play on the floor.
And it certainly has correlated to the floor. Looking at his numbers here already this year, the digs percent and defense is an area that he's certainly improved on over his career. But talking with Jennings, he said, initially he didn't want to play volleyball. He was a basketball player, didn't want anything to deal with it. And then his brother started playing, and he started getting more and more interested in the sport. He went out for a tryout and loved it and hasn't turned away since. And I think Hawaii and Hawaii fans are happy that he's here.
Siki, you played with him for 3 years. Talk about what you see differently from Jennings this year as opposed to the past 3.
Of course, it's been incredible watching Jennings evolve and mature over the years. He's definitely one of the best and most athletic setters I got a chance to play with, and his game vastly improved over the years. This is a guy who fought hard, played hard, and worked hard to secure a spot in the team, and it's definitely great to see him become a leader and someone to look up to.
And I just have to say that sometimes you have to go have that starting position taken away from you before you truly realize that you have to work hard every time, each and every day out here. And I think that shows his maturity, that he's come full circle. He realizes not being voted the team captain and not playing every single match. He's been gifted with athleticism, but then he had to go back to the drawing board and figure out, how do I get on the court and how do I get my teammates behind me? And he did it. So that is a huge credit to him for just going out there and making his senior year working hard to get back on the court.
Well, you look at the setter position, it's the quarterback. It's one of the star spots on the floor. You look at the libero position, and that's kind of like being an offensive lineman. Nobody really knows your name unless you do something bad. Most of the time, you're kind of overlooked. And so in this segment of Inbounds, Out of Bounds, we talked to the guys about being a libero.